Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Racing
My name is
Show.
Milan. Cut you off.
Rude. And my name is Pia here at RacePlazaMedia. And today we're going to talk to you guys about not only one race, but two races of the F1 Academy that happened this past weekend at the Spanish Grand Prix. Roll the intro.
All right. I will say F1 Academy is lit.
Yes.
Do not miss out on it. It is very, it's like bite-sized racing.
Perfect size.
For Barcelona, they did 16 laps. Race 1 was very exciting. So,
well, first of all, going into it very quickly, Abby Pulling, who won both races the last time around in Miami, came in with pole for both races.
Yes.
So she was already coming into it with a little bit of a favorite cap on because, of course, in Qatar, in their first round, she had won one race by technicality,
yeah.
and then second for the other race. Then she won both races in Miami, and then so coming into it, and also coming into it from was it F3 British
F4 championship.
F4 British Championship race. So big things are happening in her life. So going into it, of course, she was one of the favorites, and she got immediately double pole for both of the races. And so now going into race 1 Saturday, they raced in the evening on Saturday. So after F2 and after qualifying had happened for Formula 1, the audience was a little bit less than I had expected there to be.
But it was also because it was at the end of the day. So they had already watched F2, F3, and I think Saturday was also the harder day.
Yes.
So not to make excuses, because like you guys already paid for it, might as well watch it, you know?
just
And
sit
it's
there.
also really good racing because in F4 have similar cars, but just like F4, F1 Academy doesn't have DRS, but they don't need it because there's so much overtaking, there's so much on-track action.
Yes.
And I think it was also be a little bit of a disservice to the drivers by having DRS, because a lot of them are either junior drivers or they're new to open wheel. Exactly, single-seater open wheel racing. Like, for example, like Leah Block, right? She's done really well in other like categories and other types of racing. Last year she won a championship, but she's new to this, and I think if you would have the DRS component in there, it would be too much. But that doesn't take away from the racing because there's so much action going on track. And I'm just gonna say it, Abby Pulling dominated once again that first race. She had an excellent start, and then she just drove away, and she was like, see you on the flip side. And she just took off.
I know, she had almost a 5-second lead going into or crossing the checkered flag. I mean, beautiful race. She led it right from the first second. There was no contention there. She just drove away from it. However, behind her, so much action happened. We ended up having Nerea Martí, the Spanish driver, in second place come in. So her home race, she ended up on the podium, which was beautiful. And then Chloe Chambers, the American driver, ended up on the podium yet again.
Second time, the third place.
Exactly. She's Haas, the only Haas that can make it onto the podium.
No,
but
I mean, technically Campos Racing, but it has the Haas sign. It says Haas on it.
Exactly. So, but I mean, there's so much happening. Dorian Pin, unfortunately, had a bad start. She stalled.
She stalled, or she almost stalled. So she lost a bunch of positions. And she ended up, I think she originally, after the start, she was out of the points, and then she went on a hunt.
Oh, man.
And when she's on a hunt, you better get out of the way.
Seriously.
Because I always think about with her, I think that's in general also the Mercedes, when they're behind you and they're hunting you down.
It's like a shark.
Exactly, because they're silver. It is literally like a shark, and it's like, dun,
and it's
dun,
also, I feel like her driving, like you can tell her confidence and she knows what she's doing, and she's so close behind him, so close, waiting for the right moment, and then she's like, bye.
Yeah, she is. She's really excellent. However, I almost feel bad for Abby Pulling, because Dorian, she came obviously into the championship and dominated the first weekend, right? And all the attention fell on her. But Abby Pulling is absolutely killing it out there. And she's won so many races now outside of F1 Academy, inside of F1 Academy. And I don't think she's getting as much hype. Because she absolutely deserves it. She's a fantastic driver. I mean, there's a lot of really great drivers on the grid. We also have Bianca? Bustamante.
Yeah, Bianca Bustamante.
Who you also see sometimes in the McLaren F1.
I mean, because she is the McLaren sponsor driver, so she is in the Papaya car.
Yes, and then you sometimes see her also during the F1 race. You will see her either in the garage or around there, or you also seen her in the post-race interviews they've done. So so she did really, really well in the first race. She ended 4th.
Yes.
And then I think
which was close too, because she was fighting to make it onto the podium for a while.
Yeah.
There was some fighting there, and also with Hamda Al-Kabesi.
Yes.
Who we'll get into more for the second race, which was really exciting. But yeah, there was just absolutely so much fighting on the track. It was clean fighting. We did have a yellow flag. I mean, a safety car right in the first lap.
I don't think it was like in turn 3. It was a little bit further down the track. And then Voigt in the Prema car, which looks like the Ferrari, she got caught up in the sauce with the other Al-Kabezi's sister. She ended up hitting her, and then both of them DNF'd, and Dorian actually ended up getting some damage on her front.
On the front wing?
Yeah, on her nose.
Exactly.
It didn't seem to really slow her down, but you could definitely see like there was a scratch.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, like somebody
it literally looked like a scratch. Like she got into it with Wolverine on the way or something like that.
Literally. But yeah, overall, race 1 was excellent yet again. I mean, it's like a 25 hour race.
It's minutes.
What did I say?
Hour?
Oh, no,
we just came out from Le Mans.
We did come up from
Sorry,
Le Mans.
it's so hot in here. It's like probably 85 in the studio.
In the
okay,
studio.
This is not a room. Studio.
So we were really excited going into Sunday with race 2. We knew Abby Poling was starting on pole, and then if she was going to have a great start, she was definitely going to win it. However, things changed on day 2.
Things changed because Chloe Chambers was like, I got one in the chamber left.
Oh my God.
She had an excellent start, and she passed Abby Poling, and then she was like, I'll see you guys on the flip side. And she ended up winning the race with how many? Like around 7 seconds. I think it was 6.9 or 6.6.
6.6 seconds ahead. I mean, it was beautiful. No mistakes.
And just like Abby the day before, she got fastest lap.
Yes,
so it was really, really exciting. It was, I will say, like, I just praised Abby for doing so well, and she's doing absolutely amazing. But it is great for the championship for her not to finish first. I would have loved for Hamda Al-Kavezi, who ended up coming 3rd.
Yes, her first podium this season.
Her first podium, which was also really awesome because Christian Horner, because she is in the Red Bull. Christian Horner was there to see it, and he saw how well she did, and he was very happy. So that's awesome. But she was really, really close to getting Abby. I think the day before, if this would have been the same situation, she would have been able to catch her, because the second day, because the temperatures were quite different. They were driving in the evening.
The second day they drove in the morning.
Oh, sorry, in the morning, yes. So I don't know if it was cooler than the day before, but the slipstream was not as effective as it was the day before. With the slipstream before, you were able to make up a lot of time and attack on the final straight or going through the finish line into T1 and T2. However, on the second race, it was not nearly as effective. So she wasn't able to make that last push. I mean, to be fair, Abby Poling also, great on her that she was able to defend it.
Yeah, of course.
But it would have been awesome to see Hamda on that second.
Yes.
In that second place.
Yeah, exactly. And then unfortunately, Dorian also yet again had not the best start. No. It wasn't as bad as it was on race day 1, but yeah, she did lose a couple of spots. She ended up making up some of them. Again, she started in 3rd position. She ended in 5th, so it's not ideal.
But I think she lost 4 or something like that.
Yeah, she had
after the second start race. And I will say, and I don't know if this really is taking into consideration with that, is that she did have right before Le Mans, because she was supposed to participate in the Le Mans race, she had a bike accident and she broke a rib.
Yes.
So that's why she was not able to participate in Le Mans. And I don't know if she's still hurting from that, and that's kind of preventing her. I'm hoping that going into the next race that she's able to kind of like pull herself together and find her way again. I do believe that she I don't know if she's been taking a break from Freca as well.
That I don't know for sure, but I mean, I'm hoping that's why. But I mean, it's glad. I was so happy that she even just participated this weekend.
Yes,
and I
absolutely.
mean, she's been so strong. I mean, we see her going through the pack, but when she gets her start back locked in,
so good.
I mean, she's just fantastic.
It's just unnecessary for her to have these bad starts.
Exactly.
But because she could be fighting. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're totally fine. But it was also really happy to see that Leah Block had a great second race.
Well, she had actually she got 2 points. 2 times she scored points this weekend, and then she ended up sixth. It was also due to Bustamante. She ended up getting a
5-second penalty
for a false start.
Yeah, she had a false start, and then Edgar, I think was speeding in the pit lane, so we had also...
No, she wasn't speeding in pit lane. She gained an advantage.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, you're absolutely
because
right.
they don't have to pit, so if you have to pit during an F1 Academy race, your race is technically over.
Yeah.
There's no way you can recover from that. But she ended up getting a 5-second penalty, which pushed her below Leah. But it's really, really awesome. Leah, like we talked about her, she doesn't come from open wheel or single-seater racing. So this is definitely a new beast that she's getting to know. But she's doing really, really excellent. And maybe this season she won't be fighting for the title. But if she's able to come back next season, I think she will do much, much better. Because the commentators were also saying that she's doing a lot of practice. She's trying to get as much time into... in the car, not specifically that car for F1 Academy, but probably an F4 car.
But I mean, it's
really, really awesome.
It's really great to see because, I mean, also Abby Pulling was in the F1 Academy last season, and she wasn't competing at the level that she is now because it takes time to get used to the car and the tracks and everything.
Probably the nerves.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm really excited to see what Leah's going to be doing.
Sorry, and then talking about the nerves, and I think we've had a couple times now during F1 Academy races, we know that they're, nervous and there's sometimes mistakes, but especially the second F1 Academy race, even though we told you guys the results, go ahead and check it out. There was so much tight racing, hard racing, but fair racing. There was no safety car. There was nothing.
No yellow flags
in the second race. And once again, it's 16 laps, so it doesn't really take up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
But it is. It was a lot of hard and great on-track racing.
Yes.
Tight, going through corners
next to each other, three cars wide.
Where this, especially in like junior leagues, like we've seen in F4, even in F3, F2, even in F1, you see it where you have racing side by side. A lot of times, someone gets bumped, you know. But this time, no one got, and it was really, really awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful racing. Action at any point of the track.
Yeah.
The front, the middle, the end. Like even for 14th, 13th position, they were fighting for every position on the grid that they had. I mean, it was really fun to see. And then, of course, it was so beautiful to see Chloe Chambers take her very first win. There was this beautiful moment with her dad afterwards, him with tears in his eyes. I mean, I get it. I mean, I have tears in my eyes, and I didn't even know Chloe, but I'm just so excited for her because it is such a huge achievement.
It is, it's really awesome. I'm excited for anyone that makes it into the top step. But I think Chloe, she has been kind of like
there.
She's been brewing. She's been waiting. She's been biding her time. She made it. She made that really, really excellent third place in
Miami.
I think it was in Miami where I think it was like the last lap, second to last corner or something like that. She made that push and she ended up on the podium. So that was really, really awesome. And then, first race, once again, she made it onto third. But it's just awesome to see her on the top step.
And then like you said, it's also nice to see that other people are competing for the first step on the podium. So we don't have Abby just run away with it.
Yes.
I'm still expecting Abby to be competing for the podium and for first place in the upcoming races. But it's nice to see that other people are fighting up there as well.
And then I also think it's so awesome. Like you have in F1 Academy, you have what is it called? Charlotte
Tilbury
car, right? Tilbury. Like I only know about this because we went to the Grove
and they have a store.
We went to a store there, and because I think you wanted to check it out. But isn't it awesome that you have this makeup company investing into female racers?
Yes.
And you have a Puma car, you have a Tommy Hilfiger car, and you have all these, which
is also cool for new people watching. Like I mean,
because it makes
it's easy to figure out who's who on the track
because there's only one.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's only one of each design. Yes, there's only 15 cars on the track as well. But because they're newer drivers to a lot of us, it's easy to figure out who's who and get more familiar with them. And they have an excellent intro. F1 should soll sich eine Scheibe abschneiden von.
They should
look at that as an example because it
yeah,
has
I don't know what F1 was doing this year. Last year was better. This year is trash. F2, they don't even have a proper.
They don't even have an animation or like have people moving. It's just pictures. I was like, guys, there's so much you can do with the intro. But the F1 Academy intro is excellent.
Yeah, it's the best one.
And it's just also nice that the women are getting so much more attention and proper media attention. It's good the way it's portrayed and it's out there for everybody to see. It's all over socials and it's just...
And there's more and more racing. We now have that, what is it called? The bike league?
Oh, yeah. We have the Women's Circuit Racing Championship. So that's motorcycle racing... Circuit motorcycle racing for women. It's the first time this season. I'll be making a video about it when right before the next race, so definitely stay tuned for that. But it's just, I get so excited about it because it's just nice to see women in all aspects of motorsports because we can do it. We just...
And then we had Jamie just recently win in the NXT race.
Yeah,
then we have Porsche just announcing that they're putting more money and funding more female drivers for their Porsche Super Cups. So it's just they're doing like a whole academy around it, I believe.
Yes.
So it's just really, really awesome because the thing about it is, and it's not like this is subpar racing. It is exciting to watch. It is so fun. Going into the first F1 Academy race that we watched, even going into watching the first F4 race, I had it on in my room the first time we watched F4, and you walked into the room, and then all of a sudden you were standing next to me for 20 minutes because even though it's not F1, it's exciting racing. There's a lot of overtakes happening. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of strategy, and it's really, really good racing. So especially if you have F1 TV app, and now they have the F1 TV channel.
Yeah, the free TV on like Samsung TV
and like
whatever
F1
you
Academy
have.
Can be watched for free. So check it out. Honestly, do yourself a favor.
Seriously. And with that, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes. Leave us a comment if you watch the race, who you're rooting for, who you're, I'm still hoping that Dorian is able to kind of pull it together. But I'm also Team Abby these days.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
I'm team everyone.
all of them. I just want to see fun racing, which they have been delivered every single time. Ooh, I just mentioned. But so thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again here at the Daily Racing Show with Race Plaza Media.
Like and subscribe, okay?
Yes, please.
Bye, guys.
Bye.